Welcome back here inside the Chase Family Arena, Rich Family Pavilion. Halftime between the Albany Great Danes and the Hartford Hawks. Kevin O'Toole back in the studio. Katie Roth, Brian Arizari on hand with you, and glad to be joined by graduate from the 2005-2006 historic team in Erika Messam, and 10-year anniversary of this historic team, and you guys will be honored right here at halftime, catching up with you right now. But what was it like when you walked through the doors and got to see all those faces from, I guess, years old?
I mean, it's a great feeling to come to Hartford, period. It's like a family reunion, from the flight zone to my teammates, to the coaches, to, Ted in the equipment room. It's just a lot of familiar faces. It feels like family. It's a great feeling. You
guys come back in the Alumni Game, even though you probably hung your sneakers up a long time ago. You playing the game? Are you a little sore?
I am not, which is a little scary. So tomorrow is definitely going to be the best of the soreness. But it was fun. It was all fun. It's our first year doing the game. I'm sure we all thought about it before. 10 years later, it's still competitive. We're all very competitive people. Our coaches are competitive. And, when they recruited us and everyone, and I'm sure that was the number one thing, is just to be competitive on and off the floor. So we were on the floor today, and it was love, but it was some tough love.
Let's go back to that recruiting process of probably now 14 years ago, when you had to make that decision to choose your college, and how it was going to impact your life down the road, not only basketball but academically. So take us back to that moment when you met Jen Rosati and she recruited you to come to Hartford, and why'd you make that decision to come here?
It wasn't a tough decision. Playing for Jen Rosati, I watched her growing up, a point guard, very poised. Something that I think that I hold within myself. And as well as, the coaching staff, they were very just consistent, and it was about me at that point. And, not a lot of people can do that now in the recruiting process. It's a family, and it's a certain type of kid that you have to be to come to the University of Hartford. So it wasn't that tough. It was a pleasure to play for her, and I did it every day. I went as hard as I could. It took time, but I worked hard.
We're at halftime. We're sitting down with Erika Messam, class of 2006. Here's the Hartford Hawks and the Albany Great Danes at the break. So that year, 2005-2006, your team went 27-4. You hit the game-winning shot. Take us back to that moment, hitting a game-winning shot, knowing the fact now 10 years later, you're being honored for setting the stage for this entire Hartford Hawks women's basketball program.
That was a year where we probably hit, myself, I could speak for it, but I probably hit a couple game winners, but by far that was the greatest, because it just put us over the hump, and we needed every roll, we needed every bounce, we needed everything. So we were competing, and somebody said, before, did you know it was going in? No, I didn't know it was going in. It kind of hit the front of the rim, kind of got a little funny bounce on it, but it willed its way in, and I couldn't do it without my teammates. We contributed, everyone contributed to our success that year, which is a very important part of who we are, or who we were.
Take us back to, I guess, in that year, not like it was yesterday, but was there a certain point that you kind of, went back to your dorm room and was like, something special is brewing?
Oh yeah, it's been special for a while. Like sophomore year, we were pretty good too. We kind of set records every year. Even the 7-21 year as a freshman, and Sully could probably tell you better, but we lost 10 games, no lie, by 3 or less. Mm-hmm. So it was a stepping stone the whole way. And then my sophomore year, we just got better. We broke some more school records. I think we won about 18 games. And then it kept brewing. It kept brewing. And it's like we loved each other. We loved each other on the court. We hung out. Even when Coach Riz didn't tell us to hang out, we literally, we ate breakfast together, we ate lunch together, we ate dinner together, we hung out all the time, and it kind of just built something special within ourselves. So, and today it's all love.
you got inducted into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame about a year or so ago, and a big honor for you to come up and be inducted, and Coach Rosati had some good words from you. How does that, I guess, does that put a cap on your entire career, and what was that like for you and your family?
I mean, she's one of the greatest. So, when someone great like that has something good to say about you, you just take it all in. And during the 4 years, you didn't really think about it that way. But, I thought I was working hard, and they were working just as hard and even harder. And, they put a lot of work into it. The coaches, they after games, I mean, I was complaining it was 2 a.m, but I get up for my 7 o'clock class, and their lights are still on in their offices, and it's like they go hard, like they expect it, and it was within them, like they worked hard for it too. So it was just kind of something that transferred over, like wow.
We're at halftime. Hartford Hawks and the Albany Great Danes were sitting down with Erika Messam from the class of 2006, and finally, before we let you go, Jen Rosati always talks about family with the Hartford Hawks women's basketball program, but kind of shaping young adults into, grown women. And you're a social worker, you live in New Jersey. Take us back to how basketball and this family kind of helped you. You either reflect back on it throughout the course of your everyday life, or had it made you the woman you are now?
They say sports builds character. I didn't play too many sports, but, basketball kind of built me. And I've had some really great, role models, coaches, which were women. So, I can speak from, Coach Rosati being a woman and myself being a woman now. But she just, I don't know, it's something about her. It's the conversation, it's the look, it's the poise, it's the worth ethic, and everyone on our team is going to be successful in their own ways. And I don't think that I can do what Kia does, and Kia can't do what Hood can do, and who can't do what Tanika can do. Like, we're all very special and very different. And, she just, like I said, she speaks for women. She's doing a lot of great things, and she's always doing something different. And it's just sweet to see that.
Always great hearing from you. Thanks for the time. Congratulations on the 10th year anniversary.
Thank you.
That's Erika Messam, class of 2006, being honored today here inside the Chase Arena Rich Family Pavilion. We'll take a break here on Hartford Hawks Women's Basketball 91.3 FM WWH.